Picture this. A football team that used to be the punchline of the Big Ten suddenly turning into a powerhouse, crushing opponents and sending shockwaves through the college sports world. Is Indiana football finally shedding its underdog status? Let's dive into the electrifying story of how Coach Curt Cignetti is making fans rethink everything they knew about Hoosiers football. As the clock ticked toward midnight on a rainy Saturday in Bloomington, Indiana, the sounds of Earth, Wind, and Fire's September blared from the stadium speakers, mixing with the cheers of victorious fans leaving Memorial Stadium. The Hoosiers had just demolished the then number 9 Illinois team 63-10, a victory so overwhelming it left supporters in a mix of disbelief and euphoria. For years, Indiana fans had grown accustomed to the bitter taste of defeat, with lopsided losses being all too common. But now, under second-year head coach Curt Cignetti, blowout wins in favor of the Crimson and Cream have become a regular highlight. After last year's impressive 11-2 season that landed them in the college football playoff, the number 11 Hoosiers are proving they're not just a fluke. They're here to stay. No fairy tale required. Throughout their 12-game home winning streak, Indiana has outscored opponents by an average of 39.2 points. And get this. They've dominated their 6 Big Ten rivals at home by a staggering 33.5 points per game. It's the kind of dominance that makes you wonder if this is sustainable or just a hot streak. But here's where it gets controversial. Could this rapid rise challenge the long-held belief that Indiana is primarily a basketball school? Fan John Weethoff, who was at the 1968 Rose Bowl after Indiana's last shared Big Ten title, summed it up perfectly. We're all still asking ourselves, is this for real? He points to the parking chaos as proof. Tailgating has exploded with so many people that fans can't even reach their spots. The party vibe extended from the stadium and surrounding lots all the way to campus, with thousands hanging out without tickets just to soak in the energy. Observers say they've never seen anything like it. With a 4-0 start this season, 2024 feels less like an anomaly and more like the foundation for bigger things. Supporters who once accepted football struggles as the price for basketball glory are now daring to dream. Could Indiana evolve into a true football powerhouse? Cignetti's unshakable confidence has rallied fans and administrators alike. But first, he had to jolt them out of their pessimism. When I arrived, I sensed this deep-seated gloom right from day one, Cignetti shared with The Athletic. Coming from a program that won 5 straight championships, I wasn't about to settle. I did some national interviews and picked up on the same negativity about Indiana. I needed to boost expectations and see if the fan base was dead or just dormant. They needed a wake-up call. Just one day after taking the job, Cignetti made a bold move during a timeout at an Indiana-Maryland men's basketball game in a packed assembly hall. In front of the crowd, he declared, "I've never backed down from anyone, and I'm not starting now. Purdue is terrible, and so are Michigan and Ohio State." It was a risky, out-of-character outburst for him, but it paid off. Indiana's athletic director, Scott Dolson, took an even bigger gamble by hiring Cignetti, drawing from his own experiences. As a student at Indiana University, Dolson worked as a manager for legendary basketball coach Bob Knight from 1984 to 1988, a figure known for his strict discipline and controversial methods, as detailed in various reports. Dolson also learned from former football coach Bill Mallory about competing in the Big Ten. When he fired Tom Allen after the 2023 season, Dolson created a checklist for the modern college football landscape. A proven head coach with offensive expertise, especially in developing quarterbacks, strong staff stability and recruiting skills, personality as a plus, and above all, confidence with a clear path to victory. Cignetti fit the bill perfectly. Our players under Coach Knight trusted that executing the plan meant winning, Dolson explained. I see the same trust building instantly with Coach Cignetti. Players believe in his blueprint, and if we follow it, we win. At 64, Cignetti is a late bloomer in head coaching, but his 28 years as an assistant, including 4 at Alabama under Nick Saban as wide receivers coach and recruiting coordinator, prepared him well. He led Division II Indiana University, PA, for 6 seasons, where his father, Frank Cignetti Sr., had coached for 20 years on a field now named after him. Then came stints at Elon and James Madison. Dolson felt an immediate connection during their first call on the day Allen was fired. It was a perfect match for our needs, he said. His belief in his system is contagious. It makes you believe too. With promises of name, image, and likeness, NIL funding, allowing athletes to earn money from endorsements and other support, Cignetti signed on quickly. He understood Indiana's football history and knew fans were tired of empty promises. They craved wins. I'm focused on building the team, recruiting, and player development, Cignetti noted. Build it and the fans will come. They were hungry for a champion. 10 of Indiana's 2023 offensive starters left via the transfer portal, and only 1 defensive starter remained. Yet Cignetti convinced key players like receiver Elijah Sarrett, edge rusher Mikhail Kamara, linebacker Aiden Fisher, and cornerback D'Angelo Pons to join from James Madison, where they became all Big Ten stars on a playoff team. His vision, combined with Indiana's resources, turned things around fast. It wasn't about the place, it was the people, Fisher said. We've brought in the right staff and players, and the community's support has been amazing. Dolson took a financial risk too, borrowing $26 million to cover Allen's buyout. He and University President Pamela Whitten ramped up NIL strategies to lift football from its bottom feeder status in the Big Ten. I sensed the commitment would grow, Cignetti said. It's increased dramatically. Indiana's Hoosiers Connect initiative, leveraging the nation's largest alumni network, has helped retain players and attract talent like quarterback Fernando Mendoza from Cal. In the Illinois game, Mendoza threw for 267 yards and 5 touchdowns on 21 of 23 passes. This is the most exciting time to be a Hoosier fan, said Executive Director Tyler Harris. Wins draw people in, and donors want to invest in that success. We're ensuring we're competitive. Before Cignetti, basketball's NIL budget overshadowed football's, but now both thrive. Most Big Ten schools prioritize men's basketball, and at some, it's the bigger draw. But at Indiana, basketball isn't just a sport. It's the institution's identity. In the 2024 fiscal year, fans spent over $15 million on men's basketball tickets, $6 million more than any other Big Ten program. New football players quickly learned this. Everyone told us IU is a basketball school, Fisher recalled. Good luck with football. But they flipped the script. Damn right it's a football school now. Receiver Elijah Sarrett added, at first there was excitement but doubt due to past failures. Now, people recognize me and love the team. Saturday's lively scene confirmed fans' growing passion for football, though many aren't ready to ditch the basketball school label. George Gressel, who had season tickets since 1960 and managed for Knight in 1973, sees similarities. Both are tough and direct. Comparing Cignetti to Knight is tempting, but it raises eyebrows. Can Indiana really shift focus? You can't become a football school after a couple good years, Gressel warned. Graduate Noah Zimmerman and his father Vic wore clever t-shirts at the tailgate. Vic said, "Make Indiana basketball great again," and Noah's featured helmets for the good Indiana, bad Iowa, and ugly Illinois. They enjoyed the vibe, but hesitated on the football school idea. It'll take a lot. Vic said. Basketball is deeply rooted here, Noah added. But another playoff run, maybe even a win, could change that. For Dolson, it's not an either-or. Indiana can excel in both. Basketball might be the heart, but football can thrive too. When football success evokes memories of basketball glory, it's a good sign. In today's college sports world, with conference changes and more, we must be relevant in football, Dolson stated. The investment is already paying off, and I'm optimistic. And this is the part most people miss. Is Indiana's football renaissance a threat to its basketball legacy, or can both sports coexist without rivalry? What do you think? Will Cignetti lead Indiana to become a true football powerhouse, or is this just a temporary high? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree that a program can balance two dominant sports, or is one bound to overshadow the other? Let's discuss.